Hi guys, welcome to Learn, where we discuss important yet very interesting concepts and topics. Today we'll discuss about an animal that is considered the most resilient creature on earth. It is nearly indestructible and they just refuse to die. Why do I say this? Is because they have been on earth for more than 600 million years. They are living on earth even before dinosaurs. They have survived 5 mass extinctions in the geological part of the earth. They can survive temperatures as low as minus 272 degrees Celsius to as high as 150 degrees Celsius. Even if you put in the freezer for 30 years, they can survive, and hence they are the most resilient creatures on earth today. So, which animal am I talking about? The name of the animal is tardigrades. Tardigrades are tiny creatures that are almost 0.5 millimeter long and have 4 pairs of legs. Remember, they can survive from the highest of mountains to deepest of oceans, but the most common habitat of tardigrades is the thin water film that is found on top of lichens and mosses. That's why they've got the name moss piglets. To illustrate how resilient these organisms are, let me just take a real life scenario. In 2007, the European Space Agency in the mission Photon M3, they carried these tardigrades in a can. They exposed these organisms to space by opening the can in space, and they closed it and came back to Earth. They rehydrated these organisms, and to their surprise, they not only found that these organisms survived space, but they could also reproduce. That shows the resilience and strength of these organisms. Now, scientists are very much interested to understand how these tardigrades are so resilient in extreme environment. They have understood that there is 2 important mechanisms that allow these tardigrades to survive such extreme environment, and that is cryptobiosis and anhydrobiosis. What is cryptobiosis? Cryptobiosis is where any organism can reduce its metabolic rate to near zero and become inactive. These tardigrades can reduce their metabolic rate to 0.01% of their normal rate, and that is a very special feature for this organism. What is anhydrobiosis? Anhydrobiosis means whenever these organisms face extreme or adverse conditions, they shed 95% of their water levels from their body to remain inactive, and this is anhydrobiosis. So, cryptobiosis and anhydrobiosis allows these organisms to go into a physiological dormancy that is known as TUN, and this physiological dormancy called TUN allows them to survive the extreme conditions. Once they know that they have survived the extreme conditions, they can rehydrate and come back to their normal selves. Another interesting feature of tardigrades is it produces a special type of protein called cytoplasmic abundant heat soluble protein, which allows them to be so resilient, and this is also one of the features that scientists are very much interested to learn. Because of their resilience to such extreme conditions, scientists are not only learning tardigrades, but these tardigrades are also taken to space. For instance, International Space Station is currently taken tardigrades and is examining their behavior for cosmic radiation as well as microgravity. I hope it was interesting, guys, and let me leave you with a story. That is, in 2019, Israel's lunar lander called Bereshit crash landed on the moon, and it was carrying these thousands of tardigrades to the moon. Now, could you say that the Earth's toughest life form is residing on the moon? Think about it. I'll see you again, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.